The Bin Laden Group would like to assure Jeddah Economic Company that it remains committed to the completion of the Jeddah project. And this guy is a government representative who is right now who is running the show in the Bin Laden Group. Also add to that the New York Times article, which was full of false information. Add to that also what's written in the Forbes, by having Forbes, taking all Saudis completely from the list, which anyway was wrong anyway to begin with. Bloomberg list is a lot better and more credible than theirs. So really, there is a lot of rumors, innuendo, heresy and lies on both sides. Left, which is really left media, is the CNBC and New York Times, and unfortunately, on the right also is the Wall Street Journal and the Forbes, and unfortunately also on the center, the BBC. So all these really just began writing a lot of fake news, and now I'm beginning to understand what President Trump says by saying fake news. So now I'm beginning to understand what he means by that. So I agree with you, Mr. Trump. There's a lot of fake news around there.
So you feel you need to speak out to what? To clear your name? Because you've been maligned?
No. I need to clear my name, number one, and to clear up a lot of the lies. For example, when they said that I was tortured, I was sent to a prison, during my 83 plus days in the Ritz-Carlton Hotel. And all these were lies. I stayed all time there. I was never tortured. Actually, we were given the best service, to be honest with you, by the Saudi government, frankly speaking. Doctors used to come twice a day. We had the best first service, best food, best everything, to be honest with you. So really, it hurts me to hear all these rumors and innuendos and heresies.
Your Royal Highness, you're one of only 2 people out of hundreds detained in the Ritz-Carlton to speak publicly. Why aren't more people talking?
Well, look, Saudis are shy in general. Even pre-Ritz era, tell me who in the Saudi business community used to talk publicly and go in the international arena? Not much, frankly speaking. Most of them are localized, or at best they are regionalized. So really, in my case, I have a lot of connections with the Western media, Bloomberg and others, and that's why, since a long time I've been public in what I say. So it is not really that much strange and weird that none of them talk, because they didn't talk in the pre-Ritz era. So why would they talk in the post-Ritz era? But I will encourage them to talk, frankly speaking. Although some of them did talk publicly, nationally. Some of them issued videos talking, but very regionally and publicly about what happened in the Ritz. And they all denied anything of this torture that's been circulating now all over the place.
Take me back to the night of November the 4th. You were at your desert camp.
Yes.
Then what happened?
Actually, you were there a week before. Remember that?
I was.
Yeah. So I was in desert. I received the call just around 3, 4 a.m. in the morning by a higher ranking government official who is also my friend, and said that the king and the crown prince would like you to come to the royal palace for a message from the higher authorities, which is the king and the crown prince. So I said, for sure, I am a member of royal family, and I obey the rules and obey the instructions of my king and my crown prince. So immediately I left with my car to the royal palace. I was met there by the government officials, and I was told that the king's order and the crown prince's wish is that I go to the Ritz-Carlton Hotel for some discussions and talks about certain matters. And I said, I welcome that. I'm in my country, and whatever is asked from me, I accept and obey. So we just left to the Ritz-Carlton with actually huge motorcade. I've never been in a motorcade like this in my life, So we went there, and we were
with whom?
I went with alone, with the person who invited me to be there. So we went there, and we were welcomed there, and we were given the suite over there until the discussions began with the government.
Did you have any reason to suspect that there would be a roundup, or that you would be part of it?
Frankly speaking, no, not at all. But when I was called at 3, 4 o'clock in the morning, clearly I thought that it's very clear something is different and something is not usual. Clearly.
Doesn't happen every week.
No, whenever I go to the king, or the king asks us to meet me, it's usually early in the night. But Prince Mohammed bin Salman, the Crown Prince, he stays late, almost 24 hours. He works like me, almost continuously. So really, I always expect calls from him even late at night, and we always text and communicate, and very late at night and early in the morning.
When did you find out that you would be staying at the Ritz-Carlton for much longer than you thought? And tell me, what went through your head at that moment?
Well, strange enough, because the first time I knew about it was when it was reported in Bloomberg, because over there we had all the channels, obviously, and Bloomberg was among them. So it was reported in Bloomberg that some Saudis were detained, some government officials and some members of the royal family.
And you?
And my name appeared. My name appeared there. Actually, was the first one appeared there. So I knew what was developing at that time. It was the same night.
Okay, but you're in the hotel. At what point did you realize I could be here for days, I could be here for weeks? When did you figure that out?
No, really, frankly speaking, look, I'm very nationalist, I'm very patriotic, and really, I took it very easy, frankly speaking. When I was there, I really felt at home, and that's very strange to say, frankly speaking. I'm in Saudi Arabia, right? So, and I was at the Ritz-Carlton, and clearly I knew that this is going to take some time. This is not going to finish quickly, because I read that this was a very much anti-corruption oriented project. But I felt comforted because I just reviewed myself. What's going on? I said, and there was nothing in my life that directs me into any financial dealings or corruption that could be against me. So I was very much at ease. Now, clearly, I'm very much anti-corruption person, because if you can look at my tweets in the last 3-4 years, they were very much oriented against corruption, and I did name very specific cases in my tweets. So I was at ease, I was comfortable that eventually I'll be vindicated and things will be clarified.
Why were you arrested in the first place?
Well, I will not use the word arrested, because frankly speaking, we were invited to the King's house and then asked to go to the Ritz-Carlton. So it was done with very much honor, dignity, and with our prestige was maintained very well. Not only me, frankly speaking, everybody else. So, and we were there obviously for 83 days until the whole matter was resolved, and then I left.
Why not use the word arrested, though, if you were held against your will?
Well, look, if this arrest or the so-called arrest culminated in an accusation or in incrimination, then yes, the word arrest should be used. But when you are vindicated and left and kept free, and right now you are in communication with the highest authorities in the government, and that's my picture with the king, after I left, and I'm in continuous communication with Prince Mohammed bin Salman and his people, I will not consider arrest.
So the word arrest is fair to use for those who did commit a crime, admit their guilt?
Exactly, and reach a settlement with the government. But in my case, it's very much different, frankly speaking.
So there were never any charges? Were you ever accused of anything?
There was not. No. Look, I cannot dwell into what happened, but there was no charges for sure, because I have a fiduciary responsibility to my shareholders in Kingdom Holding, to my friends in Saudi Arabia, and to the world community, and to the international community, the banking industry, to the business community in the world, to the Buffetts of the world, to the Bill Gates of the world, to the blank funds of the world, to the corporates of the world, etc.